Hello. Yes. Is this Miss Boone? Miss Sarah K. Boone? Well, hello there. Yes, ma'am. My name is Beaulah. How are you doing? I I'm calling from the D. Brook. Excuse me. No, 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 ma'am. I'm not soliciting. Well, not really. No, I'm not an attorney. I might play one on TV though one day. I hope. I hope so. I really want to move to Hollywood one day, but you never know. Yet, it, no, I don't. No, ma'am. I'm not from North Korea. Never been to North Korea. No, I'm not from Germany either. Well, bless your heart. No, ma'am. I'm here from. I'm in the States. I'm actually out of Wisconsin. But as you can tell from my accent, I'm not originally from Wisconsin, though. I'm actually calling you, ma'am, because I represent the D. Brooks School of Law, and what I wanted to talk to. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, well, that was what I was getting to, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm aware you only have 15 minutes. I'm fully aware. Trust me. So my client, which you may or may not be aware of him, actually, it looks like as I look right now at the computer and I'm looking for the dates of everything, it looks like you may have been incarcerated prior to Mr. Brooks going into the pen, and you may be unaware of what he was put through and his trial. Yes, he was a self-represented pro se defendant himself. Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am, he sure did. He sure did. Well, the reason I was calling you is because Mr. Brooks has a tutorial on pro se defendants. Now there is a fee, and since you are incarcerated, I know that you cannot actually pull this up online. So, but you could purchase the materials. I could go down to the quick copy and make copies for you, of course, and then I could mail those out to you for a fee. And we would charge shipping and handling, of course. But we have many videos, many videos. Now there are a few on YouTube, but due to copyright infringements, we try to keep most of our material within just our classroom workshops. We will be offering workshops throughout the jails eventually. We're working really hard right now with the state representatives to get us into the different programs and talking to those administrators who are in charge of the different programs, the programs for the inmates and whatnot. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we're hoping that, just like you have those other programs that people in the jail can take, such as, you know, learning to work with others, learning to be a good parent, learning vocal skills and trades and whatnot. This too could be added to that, and possibly when you get ready to go on, like let's say up against a parole board, you yourself. Well, no, ma'am. I'm just saying if just by chance you do get convicted, is what. No, ma'am, not at all. No, see, what I'm saying is that if by chance, I'm just this is and I'm not even saying you. let's just say let's just say I'm not even saying you, Miss Boone. that you get convicted. I mean, somebody else gets convicted. They can use this towards their parole board and say, I took this course and I got these credits from this course and I learned from this course how to be a sovereign citizen. I learned how to act in the court of law. I learned how to defend myself in a court as a pro se defendant. There's a lot of material here for you. And no, ma'am, it's not free. No, no, ma'am, I can't just send it to you. There is a fee. We are a for-profit corporation, so these books don't come free, unfortunately. Do you have someone that would be willing to pay for that for you? Well, what state are you in? Let's see, you're in the state of Florida. Yes, ma'am. We usually ship those by the dozen to the state of Florida. Let me check one thing for you really quickly. Please hold. Okay, it looks like we have a shipment going to Florida tomorrow. So what I could do, Miss Boone, is I could get you set up for that. When would you have a credit card that you can give me over the phone? No, you know what, Miss Boone, I would not want you to give me a credit card over the phone either. I wouldn't want you to do that. No, especially you don't know me. You don't know who I am. Yes, ma'am, you are right. I don't know who you are either. Well, yes, ma'am. Well, you know what? If you were an A student, well, then you should do well with this course then with the D. Brooks School of Law. Yes. Oh, it wasn't intentional. Yeah. Oh my, well, bless your heart. My goodness. Well, I am so sorry for your loss. So now did he, so let me ask you, Sarah, did he get in the suitcase or did you put him in there? Oh, isn't that crazy? A good day, huh? Well, my goodness. And then all of a sudden that happens. Well, bless your heart. Well, listen, I'm going to add you onto my prayer list. Yes, I will. My goodness gracious alive. Do you have any children? Oh, oh my goodness. Yes. And they took you away from your son. My word. So, if you don't mind me asking, Miss Boone, why have you been in jail so long without a trial? You were incarcerated in February of 2020. You were incarcerated before COVID-19. Did you ever get the COVID? I had the COVID one time. Oh, girl, I couldn't stop hacking. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject. Yes, ma'am. Now, well, no, ma'am, I'm not calling you to help you with your defense right this second. You have to, I am not an attorney. No, ma'am. I just work for Mr. Brooks. We're just a small publishing company is all we are. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we are looking for authors all the time. Do you like to write? Oh, you do like to write. Okay. All right. Well, I may be able to utilize your skills in the future then. They're forcing you? They're forcing you to go pro se. Well, my goodness. Uh-huh. Well, did you ever let me ask you just something real quick. Um how my client now, the clients that I have worked with have chosen to go pro se. So I'm just wondering how it was forced upon you to defend yourself when you don't have any knowledge whatsoever as to the laws. Uh huh. I see. Well, bless your, oh my goodness. Yes, well, we can't get along with, some people, they just don't understand your personality, I think. That's what happens. And if some people, you start talking to them and they just try to talk over you and they won't let you finish. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. You did. Well, my goodness. Well, do you think there is any chance that you would be interested in this booklet then? Because I really believe if you have a trial coming up, which I see on the documentation that I have here in front of me, that you have a court date coming up in October, the early October, and I need to get this in the mail to you if that's the case, because Miss Boone, the clock is ticking. Yes, ma'am. Well, I understand. Yes, I understand. Well, this booklet would be something that would be very helpful for you. Uh-huh, he did. Yes. Well, that's what my client did too. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Yep. That yes, that is what happened with my client. Mhm. Yes, ma'am. I see. Okay. Well, yes, that does make it difficult. Well, that yes, that does make it difficult, doesn't it? Yes, I know it. I do know it. Mhm. Well, listen, I just wanted I know you don't have a lot of time. So what we need to do is I have an address here for you. I want to make sure it's the right one. It looks according to the court records, I believe this is your address. There was a okay, an old one. Well, how did they send it to the wrong address? Well, my word. So you had to file a motion to get them to fix it, huh? Yes, uh-huh. Well, bless your heart. Well, let me ask you this. Y Uh-huh. And they did finally. That's a long yeah, that is a long time to wait to get mail. Yes, ma'am, it is. And then mhm. And then you try to go into court and you don't have the documentation in front of you. Yeah. Bless your heart. Okay. Well, listen, I wanna get this to you. So what do I need to do? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we have some on YouTube. No, ma'am, I did not find you via YouTube. I found you via the through the law enforcement website. Yes, ma'am. Okay. I, now, how are we going to do? Okay, so before you let me go, how would you like to procure payment so that we can make sure that this gets shipped to you tomorrow? Okay, and his name is Brian. Okay, and his number is what now? Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Winter Park, Florida. Okay. 2215. Okay. So he can he can give me the payment information. Now, will he take my phone call, Miss Boone? Well, X's and O's. X's and O's. Yes, ma'am. You never know, do you? Oh, okay. Yep. We're getting cut off because of the 15-minute time limit. Yes, ma'am. Well, I didn't really have a chance to tell you a whole lot. All right. Well, Miss Boone, listen, if I can't get a hold of anybody to procure payment, I want to wish you the best of luck. All right. Well, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I know you. I know. Bless your heart. Okay. Well, I thank you so. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Well, she just hung up on me.